campus, data, the rise of new blood. We got people like that Nathan, Roy, Anthony, Stephen, Alex, Texius, and Darian. Welcome to the chaos, now let us begin.
Last time on Pause for Dramatic Effect, Icons, continue pausing, Universe Beta. Our students of Class 1W had made it to the sport fields and were ready to begin their first physical activity of the year. Pretty cool, I guess. Something the teachers called power limitation exercises. Didn't rip it from anything else. While some were confident in their abilities, others feared for the worst. But to everyone's shock, it turned out everyone was actually really horrible. But through hard work and perseverance, they finished their assignment for the day and enjoyed a terrifying meal in the school cafeteria as comrades, but they grew as people, maybe. With that out of the way and our recap done, we're going to begin. So, I kind of want to start off by telling you guys this. There's a tiny bit of a time skip. Nothing big, nothing major, but a little bit of a time skip. When we were doing episodes 1 through 4, that was in late September. We are now officially in, I'd say, the first week of October. So you guys have had a couple weeks to settle in, try and get used to this whole new scenario. Mainly schoolwork, especially with the hero class, has just been papers, sitting in a class, learning, specifically on the rescue training hero unit. Today is kind of your big test. It's like your unit exam. So, Belle, I'd like to talk to you for a moment.
What's up?
So, you were trying to gather a young man named Steli Cosma and another young man named Darian Marcus to kind of work a little bit on training, whether it's building stamina, physical strength, or endurance. You guys wanted to kind of do something together, am I correct?
Yep, that's right.
All right. So, I am giving you the floor as of this moment to kind of do this. When do you think Belle would try and get these guys in a workout routine? Would it be early in the morning, before curfew, after classes? What are you thinking?
Probably be you'd want to go for the morning, but if they were more comfortable going in the afternoon, they didn't want to get too tired out in the morning, or at least do like part of it in the morning, like maybe like a jog or a run in the morning, and then more stuff in the afternoon.
Okay.
It'd be up to them.
So, Mr. Marquazel, I would like to talk with you.
All right.
Like, I didn't fight me on the name pronunciation.
It's happened so many times. I've accepted it at this point.
When do you think Darian would have the strength to physically rise out of bed? Not when he's comfortable getting out of bed, when he physically has the willpower.
Does Darian sleep?
That's a fair question. So, when are you comfortable doing this?
I'd say he's probably actually he told you about the whole, I'm out of shape as fuck. So I feel like he's done enough morning jogs and stuff like that he's getting to the point where he can actually wake up early.
My God.
I know.
He probably doesn't like
what?
Oh,
he doesn't like what?
just waking up early in general. He knows he has to, but
Yeah.
whether it's an enjoyable experience or not.
Oh, you want to know what it sounds like when you wakes up?
Sure.
I'm up.
I can successfully say I think I resonate with him the most. Just a simple all right, let's go. Let's do this. I got a game today. Now.
So
this
that's
is mine.
if
Who
that's
DM'd me? Oh, it was Tim. Silly
yeah.
boy.
Mason, Darian has given you permission to
Bell.
You want to be called Bell in this? All right. Well, Bell. Well, isn't it Mason Bell?
I know. I told people. I literally told just call me Bill.
All right. Well, I forgot. All right, dude. I just woke up 10 minutes ago.
Yeah, I know. We
And it's
all
in
know.
character, no less.
Yeah. So Bell, Darren has given you permission to just go all out.
Little did we know he was a method actor. Go on.
Yeah. So, whatever you say goes on this training.
Okay, so if we're still going with what we're doing right now, wait, John, did you just want to talk about the plan right now? What I'm gonna have them do, or
I just
are we
kind of want to
actually
know
doing
when you guys are going to do this, and then I'm basically going
in
to
the
set you guys up.
in the morning? We're doing this in the mornings.
Okay, so you guys have all waken up. Mason Bell, Darian Marcus, and Stelly Cosma are outside. Where do you think you're going to take them? Sports field? I assume.
We can start
Washington
there.
Park?
We were
Okay.
gonna start with. I was gonna start with a run.
Oh, okay. No, then you can start outside of the dorm.
Yep.
Alrighty. So at this point, it's basically open RP. I'm going to let you take the reins on this.
All right, guys. So we're training.
Yeah. I'm
yeah.
sorry. I just woke up like 10 minutes ago. So.
Same
Yeah,
here.
I know. I had to wake both of you up. Anyway, that's not important right now. Well, I mean, it kind of is, but not really. Anyway, so we're gonna start out with some stretching and then a run.
Oh no.
Stelly will kind of walk up to you and ask, what stretches are we doing exactly?
Just anything to loosen up. Loosen up. Did you like me to get the blood pumping?
He's doing a bunch of figures that just are not. No, he's like, he's cracking his back. He's kind of like jiggling everything. He's around, but I mean, they're not proper stretches or poses. You can tell he's never seen a workout video or done a workout in his life, but that's okay. Darian, how are you working out, bud?
Darian
Stretching.
takes out his phone and looks up like proper stretching exercises, and he just does it while he's looking at the video.
Okay. Yeah, you kind of do a couple of those. You loosen your back. You hear a big.
That happens all the time.
Stelly like jumped as that happened. He's like, is your spinal cord okay? Like, is it still intact?
Should I check out the hospital later?
I feel like
the unborn.
All right. So once you guys I'm assuming you're done with stretches, right?
Sure.
Stelly is done.
All right.
I'm thoroughly cracked.
So I'm gonna toss the two. I'm gonna toss the two each a water bottle, and I'm gonna say, "All right. So for 1.5 miles, you guys are gonna follow me. Then we're gonna head back this way. Another 1.5. We're doing 3 this morning.
I'm gonna pretend I didn't hear 1.5 and just follow you.
Remember, if it gets too tough, you need a break. We can always stop.
Okay.
I am no quitter.
Try-
Let's do this.
Try not to make it too often. All right.
I'm a quitter. But he readies himself. He like stores his water bottle in like a knapsack he's got on him.
Remember, just to keep breathing properly, take sips of water when you need it. And if you need to slow down, slow down. I can always slow down if you need it. I would say try to keep pace, or at least just not lose me. All right.
He equips his inhaler. He's ready. All right.
All right.
With that, Darian,
Yeah.
roll a. I wouldn't say strength. I'd say maybe willpower. Your will to continue on.
Despite
Mason,
how
do this a lot, I'm gonna say, you can choose to roll one if you want, just to see how tired he may be. But I think you're going to be.
Bell's fine. When he had to do this kind of shit a lot.
Yeah. So Darian, let me know what you got.
15.
Okay, that's not hard. Oh, Stella. So, oh, who left? Who died? Who left me? I heard the Discord thing. Oh, it was TJ. Welcome back. So, you guys can still hear me, right? Mike's good? Okay. So, Darren, why don't you describe how well Darren's feeling during the run?
All right. So approximately like how many? So late September to early October. I mean, maybe it's been like a week or something. A week or
It's been
two.
a week, maybe 2 weeks.
Yeah. He has been like doing some jogging and some stuff like that with Yui and like
Mhm.
asking about her. I guess asking about the like her diet or whatever. So he's starting to at least. He's not as bad as he was in that first practical.
Okay, all right. So he's doing better.
Yeah.
Stelly is practically dry heaving in some areas, but he doesn't want to stop. He wants to try and keep going.
Can I give
he
like an
keeps
iconic
going.
melody to boost his confidence?
No, what I'm gonna
Nope.
do, what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna notice Stelly. I'm gonna start, slowing down, falling back a little bit to where he is, and just run alongside him. Try to keep him going.
Look at that! I'm doing it! I'm catching up!
Yeah, man, just don't take a sip. Watch take a sip, man. I think you need it.
Alright.
Remember,
Just stops.
don't breathe through your mouth. Just try to keep. Don't be breathing too heavy. All right. Take slow deep breath. Okay.
No, I'm fine. This happened.
Whenever you feel it going up, just keep it in, all right?
When in doubt, keep it down. That doesn't rhyme, but it does work. Now then, I'm going to say
pull back ahead a bit again.
Okay. Give me one more overall roll for your run, just to see how you guys are by the end of it.
Roll what? Just
Willpower.
Okay.
We all doing this, or
Bill, you can if you want to. You've done this a lot, so you're quite used to it. What you get?
You got a 24.
All right.
So Darren's
right.
feeling fucking pumped.
So basically, Darren, you get like a second wind at some point, and you just start launching forward.
I feel like I'm pulling into the. I feel like I'm pulling into my energy expenses for later in the day to do this, but it's worth it.
You're just lunging forward, and then eventually you make your way back to where you're fine. I mean, sure, you're heavily breathing, but like you are set. Stelly got a 5. So the poor lad is like tripping over his own feet. He's coughing here and there, but he's pushing, and he finally makes it. He just drops to his knees. Just, I did it! And he's good. He's good. So, Belle, they finished their horrifying run. I could never do something like that. Is there anything else you wanted to do with them?
I was gonna have you guys, maybe start with some weights this morning, then, after maybe like a week of that, start moving on to, some combat training. But I think I might lessen the run a bit and probably, wait a little bit longer to get to combat, if that's fine with you guys.
Is it good to pace ourselves, or is it good to just like I don't know? I got a second win right now, and I kind of don't want to waste it.
I mean, it's always good to pace yourself. You don't want to, explode too much. We still got classes today, so I wouldn't go too far out. You gotta get used to it first. You gotta build up. You gotta build up and get used to it.
Yeah. Speaking of classes, do you think our teachers are qualified?
What's that?
Do you think our teachers? Speaking of classes, apart from like the hero training and stuff like that, do you think our teachers are qualified to teach us?
I am not a professor. I do not certify people. Therefore, I do not know the qualifications that are necessary.
I see. So
But
you
if
know,
I had to say, I think instead of getting a degree, I'm pretty sure they just said, "Hey, do you have a pro hero license?" Yeah. Okay. Want to come teach?
yeah, that's one of the lines I
Yeah.
was thinking.
Stelly's kind of just like, I don't know. I think they've been doing it okay. I mean,
You know,
Miss Red has been having less panic attacks before class, so I mean, I guess she's doing okay.
Stelly,
I didn't hear about that. What? The
Oh,
I love Phoenix as much as the next guy, but he doesn't know what a computer is.
It's the latest model.
You hear him in the distance.
Latest model.
Oh,
We all look towards it.
You know, I mean, if this whole thing bottoms out, I guess I'll just be like a street singer or something. I don't know.
Hey man, don't talk like that. It'll work out.
I guess being a
Put my hand on there.
therapist would be kind of cool. That's just kind of me. I like helping.
I thought you
people.
said seeing a therapist.
My job is seeing a therapist.
Maybe that too. So, I guess the question now is, Belle, are you going to do anything else with them? Or are you just gonna set them free?
You know what? I'll ask just one more time if they want to keep going.
Estelle will say, whatever you think is right.
Yeah, I'm not the same thing.
I'm just gonna respond with it's not, once again, it's not really what I think is right. It all depends on you. You should work out your own at the pace you feel is right for you.
I mean, I guess I won't know if I have the second one again, so I guess I'll stop here. Man, I'm hungry though. Let's open up for like breakfasts. I mean, what are the breakfast options?
Let me actually take a look at the map. No, Firefox, I didn't mean to misclick you. I have Firefox right next to Chrome, so I misclick it, and it takes forever to load up, and it annoys me.
What a noob!
Don't say that to me.
Is Firefox the latest model?
Yes, it is. I actually had it downloaded because it was the only 411 page book. Chrome couldn't do it for some reason. Firefox could. That's the only reason why I have it. So let's take a look at all the restaurants. Grim Pork does serve a bacon menu in the beginning.
Oh.
And it'll be early mornings. Colin's Coffee Cup is 24/7. One Eye Jack's One Door Saloon, that is closed. It's only for lunches and dinners. The eggs buffets are obviously open. Uncle John's Thick Meats does do a breakfast menu with an egg sandwich, bacon, ham, all that sort of stuff. So Beefland Burgers does a breakfast option as well. What else do we have? The Slop Stop, yes, the Slop Stop does quote unquote have a breakfast menu, but it still looks the same. They just claim there's eggs in it and other breakfast items. Can you tell? I don't know, but they claim it. So I'll leave those choices to you.
Well, I guess we can do whatever you guys want to do, but just keep in mind, we did just work out. You don't want that to go to waste, so don't get anything, too out there and healthy, not too much. Don't load yourself up. But pick whatever you want, and you know what? Today, I'll pay. You guys did good.
Oh,
so
you're a saint. He says, like, gripping onto your
I'll pay within reason.
Oh, okay. That's.
nah, you don't have to do that, man. But yeah, John. So what he said is probably contrary to what you guys' advice is. That is probably. Do I notice a contradiction?
Yeah, there's definitely a contradiction. UA hasn't given you much of a diet. It seems like it's been a little bit of a weird subject for her. I wouldn't say iffy, but she's been a little hesitant to talk about it. she just kind of gives you really basic info on it. Just kind of like, yeah, well, greens are always important. Fruits, you do definitely want proteins, and carbs to a certain extent are, important. So that way you have fuel to burn. Like she kind of goes through all the food groups she's been teaching you, stuff like that. But she doesn't really go too much into what she personally eats. But from the sounds of it, yeah, I'm saying Belle is really contradicting.
Yeah, I'm gonna bring this up. Hey Bill. What's your like, I don't know how to call it, like food schedule, nutrition thing? I don't know.
Well, I try to keep it pretty balanced, not go too heavy. I mean, I try to follow a daily limit. If I, don't get a lot in the morning, then maybe I'll do like one big meal and then probably work out at night if I can to work it off.
Oh, so rather than like being structured, you kind of just play it off by ear.
I mean, there's a little bit of structure to it. I don't, go out on my way to plan every single, exact down to the calorie of every single meal. I do still try to pay attention to it, but I'm not gonna, kill myself over, okay, I need to have exactly this here, I need to have this here, this here, this here, exactly this, make sure I have this and this and this.
Yeah, that's fair.
I go off the options that are available and I think about, my schedules for the day, what I'm gonna be doing, and I go from there.
Okay.
So, as a dungeon master giving you information, to quote an old Jedi master, everything you just said was wrong. At least that's what UA would say in this situation. Because everything has contradicted what she said. But that's for your judgment to see whether or not it's bad that it contradicted it. So continue on.
Yeah.
I mean, everyone has something that works for them. You need to find what works for you.
Yeah.
Some people
Alright.
will have like one, good meal a day, and then they'll work out and they won't meet until the next day.
Okay.
That's what works for them.
All right. Yeah. I guess I'll try that.
So I guess with that in mind, where do you guys want to go? Yes, Cole, this is a really sick nutrition episode.
Dude, I'm learning stuff here.
I just want to point out that by the next time we play, I will actually have a routine and stuff for you guys to better, actually get some shit done. I will actually do that during the week.
That's
cool.
awesome.
So I will actually be talking to you.
Oh no. My players talking to each other behind my back.
They must be rebelling.
John, you want to be there?
Maybe. Yeah, why not? It gives me an excuse to talk with friends. Okay, so where do you want to go? That's basically my question. Where are you guys going? Stelly's down for whatever. He's just hungry.
Crap, I was gonna leave it down to him. I hate making decisions.
You could talk to Bell. He's the one paying.
Yeah,
Within reason.
yeah. So you say within reason. Which one of these options would be within reason?
Need me to repeat anything I can.
Well, it depends on how priced the place is.
They're relatively cheap. They do know it's like a high school / kind of college campus. It's the secondary schooling is kind of it's interesting when it comes to heroes. That will come with time. But they do know that these kids don't have much money, so the prices are relatively low. The business strategy is kind of quantity over, we just keep selling a bunch of them, then maybe that'll, equal out somewhere. So everything is affordable.
Yeah, I think I'm gonna go for a Collins coffee cup. I feel like they'd have like those packed breakfast sandwiches, everything.
I didn't even think of that. Yeah, sure, why not?
All right, you want to go there?
I'm thinking of a Starbucks, whatever. So yeah.
All right, let's go.
Okay. You guys kind of head there, and kind of wrap things up with that. You kind of see like a 16-year-old girl. She seems to be in one of the higher up classes, just kind of head on her hand, like arm resting on the table, all that stuff, just like Okay, customers. All right, hi, welcome to Colin's Coffee Cup. How may I take your order?
I guess I'll just get the breakfast sandwich, and I'll get a. And then Darian just rattles off those complicated coffee thing.
Roll an awareness check.
All right.
Tell me what you get.
Is 8. I get another 24.
Okay, you can tell this woman wants to hang herself. So she goes and she tries to make all this stuff. She keeps asking you questions every now and again, like, what was that last ingredient?
You know what? You don't have to do this. I kind of put way too much pressure on you for this. I'll just have a normal cup of coffee.
Commit neck rope.
She's like, all right. She stops what she's doing. She just kind of finishes that, and she gives it to you, and she's like, $5.
Thanks. You know, I'm not.
I'm gonna chime in. I'm just gonna say, oh, this is all together. We're all working together.
Oh, okay. What do you want,
Don't
sir?
worry. Stelly, what do you want? Breakfast sandwich?
Yeah, that'd be good.
Anything to drink?
No, I still have some water left over.
All right, I'll take 2 breakfast sandwiches and a black coffee.
All right, you got it. She goes through all that stuff. You can just hear the sighing and anguish. And then she brings it all. It's like, is that all for you today?
Yep, that'll be good.
All right. She asks for the price. You give her the money. And like, steak, super fragilist guy.
I'm gonna leave like $5 in the tip jar.
Bell rolled awareness check.
Fucking for Colin's bullshit order. Yeah, Gary's bullshit order. Fuck. I fucked up. I'm breaking the immersion.
What'd you get?
I got 23.
Oh my god!
Best roll I'm gonna get all day.
Yeah.
There was a lot of excitement. You may have single-handedly prevented a suicide. And with that, you guys enjoy your breakfast.
Belle, you're such a hero.
He's such a hero. He's already saving people. He doesn't even have a permit. It's illegal, sir.
I get arrested. The police burst through the door. They drive the car through the school. It just falls out of the sky into the restaurant and I get arrested.
You're not allowed to save lives without a permit.
Acid, open up!
Down to the ground!
So I'm gonna say you guys enjoy your. Maybe we'll cut back to you, but I want to visit with some of our other players.
Also, one thing.
Yeah, go ahead.
Darren tastes the coffee and he's like, you know what, this is different from what I usually have. Is all that, like, unique, like, that 2 pump, non-fat, whatever, like, I feel like that doesn't make a difference. They just do that to make you feel pretentious.
I will literally say, as working at a restaurant, the waitresses tell me, yeah, sometimes we will just like top it off with like decaf and other stuff you will never notice. So chances are it's literally the same thing.
Fuck, I feel like I've been lied to.
Yep. Here's a little tip for anyone tuning in.
Alright, black coffee got some sugar cubes. That's in milk. That's good for me.
Yeah, there you go. So, I want to go to our demon lord, Mr. Roy Zeroth. Alan. I want to ask you really quick what your morning routine is, but I do. So, what do you do?
Wake up early, do some basic workout routines.
Okay. I assume you make the bed, you straighten everything up, you take
Very
do all
much so,
stuff.
yes.
You're stretching, probably doing a bit of reading. Big book.
Oh, hell yeah.
Is that everything you're going to be doing inside of your for right now?
For today, yes.
Okay. As you're kind of in the middle stretching, and you're like stretching to one side, then you stretch over to the bed and you read a couple texts as it's like laying open on your bed. And you stretch back over, and like that whole little routine. And all of a sudden you get a knock on your door.
What the fuck?
I like that that's how you respond. Do you go up to the door?
Yeah, I'll go open the door.
Okay. You see it's Varessa. Yaval
Oh.
is sitting on her shoulder. Squawk! It's
Is there
happy to see
something
you.
I can help you with?
Yeah, can I come in?
Sure.
She kind of comes in, shuts the door. She plops down on the empty bed. She says, I kind of wanted to start off by saying, I'm sorry.
For?
I haven't thanked you. You know, back in England when we were just kind of living on the streets together and I found that ripped up Washington flyer, I wanted to go to a hero school to kind of show off who I am and not be scared of who I am. And it seemed like you weren't too keen on doing it, but you stowed us away on a ship to get to the US. You brought us here. And, you know, of course, that Truman guy helped us, you know, get in, but you were determined to bring me there, and we're here. And I never really had a chance to say thank you. And I'm sorry that I haven't said it sooner.
Yeah, you're fine. It's good to get a change of scenery. It's better living here off the school's money than, on the side of the street stealing every day.
Yeah. So, you like it here?
Could be better, could be worse.
Mm.
I don't have my guns.
Yeah. Truman took your gun. They have your name plastered on them. They're in a nice, safe area. You just can't hold them. Varessa just kind of says, yeah, it's... I guess I just got captured up in the grandeur of the school and just meeting new people. I've actually been making friends with the students and my dorm mate, and we've just been talking, and then it just kind of hit me today that I never got to say thank you. So I guess thank you again for being so kind to and cool and just bringing me here.
Well, that's more than okay, Locked in a basement for what, 15 years?
She doesn't answer you.
It was asked for you to get the hell away from England.
Yeah. I don't know why you helped me that day. I don't know
don't either.
why. I guess that's not a bad thing, but I don't know. I think about it every now and then. Just what made you feel like you wanted to take the time out of your day to possibly get in a fight and just try and help me?
Oh, I've been in a lot of worse fights.
Yeah.
Yeah. Those
Yeah,
two
but go
idiots
ahead.
didn't intimidate me.
How much have you opened up to Varessa about your past, specifically in the USSR?
And not at all.
And not at all. Okay. So I assume she doesn't know about Danny. I assume she doesn't know any of the missions you
No.
went on, the borderline, no, not borderline, humanitarian violations that were caused upon you. Yeah, she just kind of says, well, I'm really thankful that I can call you my friend, and I think Yevel can too. She kind of scratches his head and he goes, squawk, squawk, squawk. I love my Yevel voices. And she just kind of walks up to you and she says, I'm going to go talk with the other girls. We're kind of, trying to help each other out. I think Miss Oni said that, with the whole test that we're going to have, they're going to break us up into teams. So we're kind of talking with one another to see if we're on the same team. Maybe we can get a little bit of a strategy going. Do you want to come with?
Sure, why not? I can wrap up early.
Oh, awesome. and she's kind of writes down on a little piece of paper. This is the door. I'll meet you there.
All right, I'll see you there.
And she walks out. Roy, Alan, I want you to give me a little bit of insight on how Roy is really, I guess, feeling or just kind of took the situation. Because I don't assume many people have been kind or really ever thanked him for anything. I
The
assume
only-
Russia was rather
The other
heartless.
person that he can really think of, and that makes him sad.
Who was it?
Danny.
Yeah.
Danny's
So
a wee bit dead.
Just a little.
yeah, just a wee bit. So you kind of finish up your reading and your stretches and all that stuff, and you're gonna go in.
Well, I'm not gonna...
Whoop. Oh, I'm sorry, Alan, you're cutting out.
Yeah, that's why I switched over to my mobile data, because I couldn't hear anything you're saying.
Oh. Well, now you can, and that's pretty epic. And I realized I want to open up my classroom seating chart because it allows me to visually remember. I can list it off in order, but it takes some. Oh no, someone died, but they're back. Okay. So Roy, as you'll eventually make your way here, you'll see that Varesa is there, of course. Who else would be there? I'm thinking Angela's there, Chloe is there, and Angela is the girl with the velociraptor tail. Chloe is yeah. Chloe is the redhead, and Caitlin, I don't know if you know her by name. She sits semi-close to you, but she's the one with the blue hair. And they just kind of invite you in, and you guys kind of go over some strategy and teamwork ideas. And with that, I'm gonna go and make my way over to Alex Albright. Miss Alex,
Yes.
what's your morning routine? What are you doing while...
It's pretty much the same. She wakes up pretty much the same way that she has for this entire week, kind of like restless, cold sweat, stuff like that. Kind of just does what she's done before. She hops in the shower, makes sure her hair is all good, all that kind of girly stuff, makeup, etc.
Sure.
And,
Oh no, go on.
I wasn't gonna say anything. I was just drinking water.
Oh, I heard a noise. I thought you were gonna get into...
No.
So as you're kind of like maybe in the middle of this, you two get a knock on your door.
Oh, okay, that's a loud knock. I guess I'll go answer it.
Okay. As you open it up, you're met with a hellish scream from the depths of Tartarus as it rises in pitch, and you see it's Valerie screaming for joy, like, Alex!
Oh, hey.
And she runs in, she grabs you, picks you up, and squeezes you.
Can you put me down, please?
No, one more second. And then she puts you down. How are you? Oh, I see you have a roommate in here. And you see
yeah.
Claire is just kind of like, it's Valerie! Just like a big old hero in her room.
Alex kind of shrugs at that. She doesn't get it.
Oh yeah, because you're a spoiled child. You got to be around heroes your whole life.
Yeah.
Anyways. Valerie's just kind of like, what's up, little dude? How have you been?
I mean, I'm not a dude, but second off, I mean... I don't know. It's been alright.
Yeah?
Yeah.
I'm sorry I haven't seen you sooner. I've been... Just,
You've been what? You
starting school.
Uh,
Yeah, I teach combat here.
Mm-hmm.
I'm head of the department as well. I'm not qualified by any means, but hey, I know how to fight, so I guess, and I have a hero license, and I'm an icon, so I guess that was the only stuff that mattered.
Right.
Calls back to when Colin was questioning this. I mean, Darian. Ooh, we're connecting the dots. Incredible storytelling.
Wow! Can you say that again, though?
So, yeah, Valerie just kind of sits down on your bed and she's like, "So what's up, kiddo? Is everything good? Is everything fine? You seem out of it."
It's just, I don't know, this environment has been kind of messing me up. I don't know, ever since me and Uncle Dom were on the bridge, something changed. I don't know what, just something seems off to me.
What happened on the bridge?
I prefer not to talk about it.
Okay, sure. No worries. Kind of putting her hands up. I am no threat. She's like, well... And she's just kind of looking around. You leave her in awkward silence.
Yeah.
She's just kind of... Well, in any case, wanted to drop by. I wanted to say hi. Wanted to say I'm sorry I couldn't, see you sooner.
Yeah, no, it's
Just,
fine.
school is consuming my life as a teacher. And, well, it's interesting. Got a lot of promising students. So, hopefully they turn out to be something useful. Hopefully I don't break them.
Okay.
I'm not confident in my teaching abilities. I am in my early 20s. I have never been to college or anything like that.
Yeah, it seems like a lot of people in this school aren't very confident with their teaching abilities.
I don't think I'm allowed to say this, like any of this to you. I'm sure I could probably get in trouble for it. But I kind of don't care as well, because it's just you, so...
I mean,
forget
I just kind of like point to Claire.
Hey, you tell anyone about this. Pulls out something. I'll have to fucking kill you. No. She's just kind of like, hey. Winks at you. Winks at Claire, and she's like, oh my god, that's so rad. Yeah, Valerie's just kind of like, well, I have to kind of organize all the notes, because I'm basically reading a script when I'm talking in front of my class. So I'm gonna go do that. And you have your test today, right? Rescue training test?
Yeah.
Correct. You're gonna do great. Look at me. She grabs your face. Look at me. You're gonna do awesome.
Can you let me go,
Oh,
please?
your cheeks are so squishy. Yeah, sure. I will see you when I see you. Just stay happy, stay calm, relax. You're in a safe environment. We're all here to have fun, be heroes, and do all that stuff. And look at your roommate. She seems so happy and nice. She said I'm happy and nice. She's just like completely fangirling right now, and she's like,
Passes out.
and she's like, and with that, I exit. She bows and then just kind of awkwardly stumbles her way out and shuts the door.
Alex kind of face palms and says, she's so dramatic.
Yes, I am! And she flies off.
Jumps to that.
So I guess, Alex, now that whole thing has happened, are you gonna say anything to your dorm mate Claire Buchez, Seat 3 of Washington?
Why are you being so specific?
Because it's comedy, Tim. This is comedy at its finest.
Shut up, Colin.
I am laughing. This is the sound that joy makes.
Nah. Alex is kind of just gonna sigh and I guess walk back into her room.
Damn. Alright. Fucking... Fuck.
Yeah. If she wants to initiate something, she can, but I will tell you this, Alex is not.
Yeah. Yeah, Claire's just gonna kind of be like, wait, you know Valerie? You know one of the icons?
I mean, I know pretty much all of them except for Grimcore.
She's just kind of like...
And don't need to extent.
That might be a good thing.
Claire just walks up to you, grabs you by the shirt, and just says, "You are so cool! That's so cool!" I want to meet them. Odie is our teacher, and that's awesome. But the novelty's kind of wearing off.
Alex chuckles a bit through that.
Oh no! I made you laugh. That's the first time I've actually ever seen you laugh.
It's a rare occasion.
You should do it more often. It looks good on you. It sounds good on you. Sorry if that's weird, but I mean, it's nice to see you happy and not always looking like, you know, you're staring off into the void. Ready to snap?
Alex will kind of just shrug and be like, I mean, very rare, so take it.
Well, either way, you should do it more. We should probably get ready for class. I'm a little nervous about the test. I think things will be okay. Probably, hopefully, we'll see.
Who knows? Because I don't fucking know.
It's like, hey, let's hope we're on the same team.
Yeah.
I think it could be fun to work with you. She kind of gives you a slight bop on the shoulder. It breaks your arm.
Oh, God. Oh, shit. God damn it.
Is there anything else you want to do?
Nah. I think we're good.
Oh, that is liquid freshness. Thank you, the United States of America, for my fresh water. Now, with that out of the way, totally not sponsored by President Trump.
No,
That's
Like, actually.
no, literally. We are sponsored by sponsored by the United States government.
Water. It's more watery than your typical water.
Like the American fashion.
I guess with that in mind, you and Claire are gonna kind of start to make your way to class. So
Yeah.
I checked on Alex, checked on Belle, checked on Claire, checked on Stelly. We know what Chloe is up to. We know what Vanessa, Angela, Caitlin are up to. Who do I want to check in with next? Anthony, Mr. Howell. What's your morning routine? Because you know it is a big test day, or maybe you forgot. I don't know.
I generally do not care that it's a test day. I'm still gonna do my normal routine, which is attempt to sleep in as much as I can,
Love it.
and then get up 15 minutes before class,
Sure.
not caring about what I look like.
Mm-hmm. Like, you know, you have to put on like the, but you could care less about anything else. Like, you're good.
Shower, and I do shower, brush our teeth, get ready in that sense, but like, I just don't care about, like my hair.
Oh yeah, okay. Hey, you know what? Some people like the messy hair look. Some people like the bedhead. That's okay. I assume Crag probably wakes you up by just slamming the door.
I flip them off.
Crag, what's his morning routine today? Since it's a test day, is it anything unique? Would you say,
He
Mr.
gets up
CJ?
maybe like 10 minutes earlier than he normally does, but typically he would like study or whatever on test days, but because it's like a physical examination, he can't really do that.
Mhm.
And he himself doesn't work out at all. So he basically just gets up earlier to make sure he's ready. But other than that, his routine is fairly the same. He just sort of ignores his dorm mate and goes about his business.
Now, I have a theory about him, or rather a hypothesis. I want to ask you. So, since he doesn't really need to physically train, since Starlight's going to be doing all of it, do you think he's the type of person who would want to maybe train his mind, like his spiritual connection with Starlight, hoping to strengthen something? Is that the way he would maybe, quote unquote, physically train? What do you think?
I would say occasionally he does, but he's fairly confident in his like connection to Starlight. He's like tried to do like training and stuff before, but it doesn't really seem like it has any effect. So
Sure.
occasionally he does it for shits and giggles, but it's not something that he's committed to.
Okay, yeah. No, I literally just kind of wonder if he does this. So, thank you for giving me the evidence I need to complete my theory. And with that, we're going to move on to UA is just an NPC by herself, so she will do her morning routine, real detail. Darian is off at the coffee cup. Adam Price.
Sipping my coffee.
Mr. Adam Price, currently labeled as Streets McGee in the Discord chat. Gavin Hummel, the Darth Crusader. Oh no, where is he?
He went to the bathroom.
Oh, okay, that's fair. I'm not reading the chat, so
Forever.
I don't know what's up. So I guess I'll skip to Richter instead, and then just kind of circle my way back. Richter, what's your morning routine like for a physical test? Oh god. You know what? That's fine. That's okay. That's perfectly okay. You are doing you, and that's what matters.
Yeah, man, 100%.
You mean?
I think Richter, for the most part, would wake up around his normal early time. See that Steven most likely would have made his bed and already be either out doing stuff or just reading.
I like to think he's dramatically reading on the balcony.
I imagine Richter wakes up and he's crouching over the balcony like Batman.
I was thinking more like a Greek scholar
Like a hero
statue.
in the night.
Cole would know. I am the hero this school needs. Or
They
the
just
one
don't
who
recognize it
I
yet.
don't know how the quote goes.
I'm not the hero these imbeciles need. I'm the one they deserve.
Starts rapidly punching on calculator. Just
The Dark Steven. Dark Steven trilogy.
Jesus.
Darth Stephen.
But yeah, for the most part, Richter would probably just be reading up on all those books that he checked out.
Okay,
Just
sure.
Going deeper and deeper in, trying to get more info.
Let me kind of let's see, what would you learn? I guess roll me an intellect check to just see how much information you're gonna.
Intellect.
Yes!
Galaxy brain.
I'm sorry to yell. I know we don't like yelling here.
Hey, that's pretty good. 22.
22. You kind of absorb a lot of this information. What book are you specifically reading? Are you reading Abnormal Society, Classic Society, Modern Society, How Heroes Work, A History of Villains? Like, what do you think he's reading?
I forget how many books I freaking checked out.
You got
Oh,
so
boy.
many
I got
books.
so I don't even remember them all.
Steven's probably reading a couple.
Yeah, probably. Knowing Steven, he's curious. He likes a good read.
I've read them over 6 times already. I read them over your bed while you were sleeping.
like a story time.
I attach myself to the ceiling. I am the Bat Steven.
The Bat Steve.
He would probably be reading up on the current state of society, modern society as a whole.
Alrighty.
Subtitle, it's all gone to shit.
To give you a basic understanding, it looks like the world society came out of a Great Depression that many people and historians have labeled the blind eye. There was an extraterrestrial attack in 2017, so the world knows aliens exist. And heroes have been on the rise, more agencies, the populations of people with powers are rising. You're kind of just learning stuff like that. Yeah. So you're kind of getting a bunch of info.
Sure.
So there you go. Now, is there anything else Sir Richter would like to do? The great stallion he is.
So obviously, I should walk to UA with nothing but a towel, right, guys? Just
I approve of this message.
propped up on a door frame, just 6-pack. Just hey, how's it going?
You're only 15. How do you have a 6-pack?
My name's Chad.
Sounds like powers.
He has a 6-pack by the power of anime.
That's fair.
Dude, have you seen the anime characters in JoJo? They're fucking 15.
You're 15?
Yeah!
16. Colin, you haven't watched JoJo.
16, 17.
It's
Oh
doable.
my God.
6-packs.
They were 30-year-old men.
Don't even ask.
Nope.
They're doable.
Dude, they still go to high school.
That's incredible.
Richter has a 20-pack, obviously.
That might be what gets me into watching JoJo purely. Yeah, what do you do?
Just hitting the books and reviewing all
Reading.
potential notes of anything
Notes.
that seemed off.
Off. I'm your thoughts echoing.
There's a weird echo going on. I don't know how I feel about this. That's really it. I'm just getting his head together. Most part.
Alrighty. Stephen will be Stephen is probably reading like 3 books at the same time.
He's either
Sentence in one book, then moves to the other.
either reading books, or I imagine he would have taken like a corner room, and there's just sticky notes all over the wall, like lines going between them, like a man.
What is this study? The perfect time to get the best discount on a cup of coffee. From the school. Just something so minimal and absurd. So, I guess with that being the end of Richter, he's dead now.
End of Richter.
Adam Price. Gavin, I think you said you're back?
Yes, I am back. Sorry about that. Stomach
No.
was just going erosion.
No, that's okay. Adam, what's your routine with Rikito? Is it any different since it's a test day?
Today, it's different.
Mhm.
Adam is going to get up before. He's going to make sure he gets up before Rikito gets up.
Not difficult.
Yep. All right. So, he gets ready. He does whatever he needs to do. And he's going to make sure he doesn't wake Rikito. This is a very important step for him. He mustn't wake Rikito. He's going to make his way to
Roll
the
me a
door.
coordination check.
Oh, shoot. Nat 19.
Nat 19.
Yes.
You walk with the grace of a hobbit. You are unseen. They can't hear you.
It's a weird analogy to use, but I respect it.
Open the door.
Hobbits
slowly
are
close it.
remarkably light on their feet. Gandalf told me that. Go on now.
The scent of a dwarf.
He opens the door. He closes it. As soon as he closes it, he takes a deep breath. He's like, "Oh,
Yeah.
it is too easy to wake that man."
As you sigh, he's like, I'm up!
Oh shit!
Just like, where are you currently, Adam?
I am making my way to Carmen's door.
Okay. You just kind of hear him roll. Oh crap! I gotta need on clothes. Put on clothes. And he's just kind of going around. You're on your way to Carmen.
Yes.
Okay. So, you're making your way to Carmen. You eventually give a knockety knock on the door.
Mhm.
Like that? Or is it like... Or is it
Yes.
like... Or a
Yeah,
little
it's
bit
that
of
one.
a... Now, we
I
do
feel
have
like
a
this is
deal on
crucial
the fifth
information.
one.
Yes.
I feel like it's the third one.
The
Or is
third
it
one?
like? Or is it like? FBI, open up!
So you give a little...
All right, that's
And it's nice. It's
Yeah,
nice.
the accent on the second to last knock, yeah.
Exactly. It's a nice little chime.
I thought the last one would have been nice, Baker. That's just
I think it's just a message, it's specifically me who's here. Because no one else would do this.
Silence.
Okay.
Adam Price, you're a person that I'm currently DMing. So, you've knocked on the door, it opens up, and Carmen just kind of, she has to like lower her head and back to kind of like make it through the door to see you, and she's like, "Oh, hey Adam, what's up?"
Hey, I was just wondering if you would like to, I don't know, go on a morning jog or get something to eat with me. I mean, like.
Come, Adam, come.
There's no reason to maniacally. I actually want you to roll me a d20, add your charisma bonus. I'm going to have Carmen do the same, and she's going to roll against you. Ah! My dice!
That's a good sign.
I dropped my dice! It keeps hitting objects. No. All right, I'll go with that number. That's fine. What'd you get, Adam?
Hang on, I'll let you know. I gotta look at my document.
Yeah, sure. Tapucci!
22.
22?
Yep.
Okay. Yeah, you beat her. She's just kind of like, yeah, sure. Hang on. Give me a sec. I need to put on my school uniform.
Okay.
She
By the
goes
way,
in-
who's your roommate?
She opens the door a little bit more. Who do I want it to be? You know what? Why not? It is the girl with the green hair that made. If you remember her name, her first name is Joy, and she's just kind of sitting on her bed. She's watching John flicks, and she just kind of waves to you.
I'm gonna wave back.
She just kind of continues to her show. It is Stranger John's, of course. And, I need to actually finish that show. So, are you just gonna wait outside the door for Carmen to finish?
That's if she lets me in, I'll go in. But if she doesn't, I'll just wait out.
She shuts the door. She's not ready to have a. Excuse you.
I'm just gonna just kind of stand by the door, hands behind my back, like. If anybody walks by, I'm just gonna be like, "Hey, how's it going?"
Adam looks down. He's like, "I wish I knew how to whistle." Trying to whistle. This is like his entire way of passing the time, just desperately trying to whistle. And then the door opens up and she comes to you going, hi. She's like, so are we doing a jog first or food? And she shuts the door. You are now alone with a female. What do you do?
I'm just gonna ask. I usually go for jogs in the morning, but whatever's up to you. Whatever makes you comfortable. I don't really care,
Sure, we can do a jog.
All right. Want to go like around the track or just like around the school? Like...
Yeah, sure. And you guys will make your way to the football field. You'll run around the track. She is very much in shape, so like she doesn't get tired easy.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, and that's kind of your run. You have a really good run.
Just gonna ask her a couple questions on the run.
Yeah, sure. You can ask her a few questions.
Just gonna be like, so since this hero training exam thing is coming up here, I gotta ask. You didn't really use your power at all during the peculiarity training.
Yeah.
Oh, why was that?
She's just kind of like, where I'm from, I'm not really used to people being so kind towards my powers and all that. So I guess I'm just still not super comfortable using them. I know it's got to be something I have to, overcome if I'm ever going to be like a real hero, but it's still this is new territory for me.
Yeah, I understand that, but I mean, can't be all bad. I mean, got a power.
Yeah.
You know, do a lot of other stuff with it. I don't know what it is, but I know if I had one. I mean, wait. Oh shit.
Well, is that a character? Do you say that?
I'm just gonna keep that.
I need to ask you this, guy.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
She's going to
Just
roll
be like,
an
oh,
awareness check. So since you weren't trying to hide it and you slipped, it has an automatic DC set of 10. That's kind of what I'm going for a couple things. 10 is a nice, well-rounded number. So she notices. And she just kind of stops running and she says, "Wait, you don't have a peculiarity?"
And I'm just gonna kind of stop, and then fucking start sprinting.
Wait, Adam! Do you run off?
No, I'm more like just keep sprinting around the track because it's like he just
I
doesn't know
thought you
what
were
to do.
just booking it.
No, he just doesn't know what to do. He's trying to think. He's just trying to think. He's in a moment. He's like, should I run? Should I just keep sprinting? I don't know.
Carmen is going to chase after you with her long, powerful legs, and she will catch up to you in no time.
Just kidding. No, please stop.
Adam, wait, please stop. She's trying to ask you to stop. Are you going to keep running, or will you listen to the giant lady?
I'm just gonna slow down, and I will stop.
Oh, you'll stop. Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah. So she'll just kind of be like, Adam, Adam, it's fine that I can clearly tell this is a sensitive topic for you, and I don't want to say something generic like, "Oh, it's okay," or there is nothing wrong with that, because you should already know that there's nothing wrong with you not having a power. I'm amazed you were able to get into the school without one. That just shows how strong you are, right?
It's yeah. Of course I slip up. Oh, fuck.
Adam, I won't tell anyone if you don't want me to. I won't even tell Rikito.
Good lord, if he knows.
You can hear the ideas.
I tell you what, I've spent 2 weeks with man. It's not even a man, it's just pure hype. Do you know how much levels of hype would happen if he found out? Do you know how much?
She kind of looks off to the side. Back in Mexico, we lived together, so I kind of know. And he definitely hyped me up back at my old schools. I'm just kind of thankful he has a new target.
Do you know how much hype that would be? Do you know?
There's no way to properly calculate it.
Yeah. Just don't tell anyone.
She kind of gets down on one knee to try and make eye contact, and she says, I won't tell anyone. Your secret is safe with me. And to kind of help, make you feel better, I'll tell you what my peculiarity is.
Yeah, sure.
And she goes into explaining what it is. Of how it's basically, I guess I learned recently that pretty similar, if not the same, to Miss Marvel. I didn't know that when I was helping Power, so I was like, I think I've seen this somewhere. But she basically explains she can grow as large as she wants until basically her body can't suck in enough oxygen. She gets lightheaded and passes out. She can shrink as small as she wants until the pressure of the earth is basically too much. And she can grow any individual body part and shrink any individual body part as much as she wants. So basically, her entire body is like putty. She can just kind of mess around with the sizes of it.
So then as
Yeah.
soon as Adam hears that, I'm like, he's just like, are you kidding me? You're trying to hide that?
Yeah.
That's nothing.
Look at this. She just kind of holds out her hand, makes sure flump, grows her hand super big, and it just flops on the ground. Like, that's not normal. That doesn't look right. And many people like to point that out, and I don't like to show it off.
Well, there's a girl in our class that is half on fire. I burnt my hand on her. Okay?
It's like, but hers looks so cool. Mine's just, I get bigger and smaller.
You know how cool that's gonna be. Imagine this: you're a hero. All right, everybody's in danger. Okay. They're probably trapped under some big rubble, and then here comes this giant hand scooping the rubble away. Like, I'm here to save you. Scoop. Take.
I don't have a southern accent in this example.
Don't worry about it. This is how I portray things. But like, just imagine they see, like, they're not seeing this small figure. They're seeing this grand hero saving them.
You really think so?
You're gonna be like a mountain. Everyone's gonna know who you are, and everyone's gonna love you. Unless you're Mount Everest, and a lot of people die on that. But don't worry about that. That's their fault.
I love you just throwing that in at the end. Unless you're Mount Everest, then you're gonna have dead bodies. way to encourage her and then freak her out at the same time.
It's like, but don't worry about Mount Everest. They all chose to travel up there. Don't worry.
It was their destiny fulfilled. So, Adam, I want you to roll me a charisma check.
Ready then.
Oh, come on, Carmen. What are you doing?
Haha, her charisma sucks. And mine is on the roll right now. Yeah, that's another 22.
Good God. All right. She basically just kind of says, more or less, she just kind of says, that's really sweet. No one's ever been that kind to me except Rikito. But I think it was just his hype taking him over. And she just kind of thanks you. She says she says to you, and you know what? Even without a power, you can still be a great hero. The powers are not a limiter. And
Why do you think I'm here?
You getting into this school should prove that you have what it takes.
I hope I do, because I got a lot of people to prove wrong.
Wow.
So anyways, Carmen, what's home life like for you?
I think I'm going to move on a little bit, but she'll kind of explain a little bit of that to you. You guys going out, whatever. And you'll get to know a little bit more about her story. And if you're willing to share, she'll ask some personal stuff about you. But we are going to move on to a little bit later in the day. All of you kiddos are eventually going to make it to class. You're all going to take your seats or talk with one another. And Adam, as you're making your way, you hear a distant, Dude!
Oh, no!
As he comes rushing, and he's like, "Where were you, man?"
Oh, I was just going out for a jog.
Without me? He's like, no, that's okay. You do you.
Okay.
You're your own man. And eventually you guys all make your way inside the class. Colin, you enjoyed your cup with Belle and
Yeah.
Stelly.
Can I
You guys
talk
are all
to
here.
Richter a bit?
Yes! I'm sorry, I don't know why I yelled that.
Alright.
Go ahead.
So, I go over to Richter and.
Oh, one thing. I would like
Yeah.
to say you all can unmute your mics. You don't have to keep them muted. Go on, Darian.
Yeah, so, alright, cool. Do you think that Darren would be, teaching Richter about the computer and everything during homework?
That I will leave totally to you. Richter is open to many things.
Yes! Okay! So, yeah, Darian's like, man, I don't think I have anything left to teach you. You can use the computer like a normal person. So, one thing I've been meaning to ask is, I mean, you don't have to say it if you don't want to, but, why do you not know how to use computers?
Frankly, I'm not too sure. I just haven't really used them.
Oh, okay. Anyways, you're an interesting guy, though. I don't know. Something about you. Well, I mean, it's a bit out of the blue, but, you wanna hang out today?
Sure. we can
Alright.
do that.
Yeah.
Well, it looks like I know what I'm writing for next episode.
This is where the fanfic begins.
Everybody
If it
is
wasn't-
simping for everybody.
If it wasn't Rakito and Adam, it's gonna be you next. Or Sally Phil.
And like that, we have our Yowie ship.
Yeah, boy! So, you guys are all gonna make your way. Oni's gonna ask you all to sit. Phoenix is not in the room right now. It is just Oni. So, Oni, do you kind of want to address the class, let them know any announcements that are going on, and get them ready for the test?
Sure. So, let's see. So as everyone sort of comes in and takes their seats, Oni's obviously going to be up at her desk, everything like that. And she will let everyone know. Let me find where what I have to say is. There we go.
I'm gonna scream. No, that's
So,
okay.
so as she gets everyone together, she says, "So, as you all are well aware, today is the final day. We will be going over the basic rescue training course. You all have done fantastic these past few weeks, and it's about time we put your knowledge to the test." But before we get back into that, and she pulls out a bunch of papers and is flipping through them. Somebody wanted me to say these, so I gotta ramble through them. Hold with me just 1 minute. And she finds a place. She says, "So, in a few weeks, I wasn't given an exact date, but we are having a club activity night. So basically, instead of our normal classes, we'll have a campus-wide event where all of the different school clubs will gather. That's sort of the day they start their operations and things like that. You guys will be able to check them out, sign up for them, all that fun stuff. If you're interested in it. I know I personally wouldn't be, but I know a few of you would be." So
I like the I like the little comments. Go ahead. Don't let me interrupt you.
As well, on the same night, we are having signups for student council. I believe that's mostly for kids in higher grades, but it's not necessarily reserved. So if you want to try to sign up for that, you can do that also. Personally, I don't know anything about this, so you're better off contacting someone who knows how normal school operations function. And yeah, I believe that's where my announcements there end. Are there any questions? I'll see if I can answer any.
Where do we sign up for the student council?
It says in the packet that it's going to be like in cafeteria, like they're like move all the tables and desks away, put booths and things like that, and the student council will have its own little section.
All right.
So it'll be organized. Any more questions?
Anyone else?
I'm gonna lean back to the person behind me, like cocks my
Oh,
Caitlin. I'm gonna like lean back and cocks my head and my back and just be like, "Hey, what clubs do you think you're going into?"
It's like you're trying to be solid without the voice.
Someone roll a flat D20.
Colonel, what kind of clubs are you thinking?
So, this young woman she's looking off at the windows, the announcement rattling on. Her eyes look to you. She slowly turns her head and just kind of drops it to the side like one of those resting bitch faces. Like, are you for real? She just looks at you and then just looks back to the window.
I'm just gonna be like,
Oh my god.
She looks back to you with a face of slight annoyance. She's like, what?
I just asked what kind of club you're gonna be in. You know, that's all.
I don't have an interest in the clubs, and I don't know who you are.
It's been 2 weeks. I'm Adam Price. I'm the guy that sits in front of you.
I think it's been longer than 2 weeks at this point.
It's been roughly around there. But and goes, look, I barely remember the teacher's name. You think I'm gonna remember some random kid in front of me?
How do you not know the Adam Price?
That's that's only.
only
I'd like to keep in mind,
Rising
Oni is looking
Phoenix.
directly at you. You're the only two people talking in the class.
It's like that moment where the teacher's like, I'll wait until you're
Oh,
done."
oh!
Richter just lets out a very loud and very cough.
Excuse you, but like, like, are you kidding? That's Oni and Rising Phoenix. Like, no Rising Phoenix. Excuse you. I said excuse you. How many times are you gonna cough?
I mean, I didn't know about
We're just
Resident
all
Evil
looking.
until now.
We're just all looking now.
Man, I wish I brought my popcorn for today.
Richter's head is just in his hands, like, oh.
Okay.
Richter gets a front row seat because Caitlin's right in front of him.
I try to tap Gavin on the shoulder to alert him of the situation.
You're gonna have to stand up and walk over there.
I will do so.
It's a little too late, guys. Oni's walking over.
Uh-oh.
I sit back down.
The cough didn't do it. The cough didn't do it.
Didn't save them.
So Oni's gonna walk over, and she is going to. Let's see. Does Adam
Throws
have
Adam
any
out the window.
belongings out in front of him on his desk?
Probably not.
Okay. But poor choice of words. Oni is going to walk forward, and she is simply going to place a hand on his shoulder and freeze his shirt.
So,
Your school uniform is frozen.
Basically,
I'm just gonna look around and be like, oh, please,
school
I've been through
uniform
worse.
just
Hang on
becomes-
for a second.
a block of ice. And she's just gonna look right at him and just be like, "Are we done with the chit chat?"
No, not yet. Give me a second.
Oh, hold on.
feel those, man.
She's raising my shirt right now, but how do you not know?
Oh my god!
Look, he's like a psychopath.
Oni is just.
Caitlin's gonna raise her hand and wait for Oni to call on. Do you call on Miss Caitlin?
Oni indeed does.
She says, "Can I be excused to go to the restroom?"
Kevin follows her there.
Oh no.
Let's just stop question.
Oni nods. Absolutely.
She stands up, takes the hall pass, and leaves.
I'm just gonna be like,
Nailed it.
it wouldn't have. This wouldn't have happened if he wasn't being so rude to me and just answering questions.
Looks like she gave him the cold shoulder.
Yeah,
Bell did not say those words, by the way. He did not.
Darian fights the urge to say, "Well, no, everyone knows about the atom race."
Oh.
So
If Darian had actually said that, Anthony would have clocked him.
So, Oni, go on.
He keeps his thoughts to himself.
yes, Oni is going to then heat up the ice and unfreeze it. However, it will leave Adam completely soaked in just sort of this lukewarm, slightly cold, slightly hot in some areas.
It's so.
got him all moist.
It's
It's
such Adam voice.
She's just like, don't talk when I'm talking, please.
You just said any questions, so I thought it was a great time to ask a question.
Any questions for me, your teacher?
Adam's a good boy. Adam's a good boy. I
He
like it.
just doesn't understand social cues.
So great.
Anyway,
I mean, she was being
believe
rude,
it's-
so you know, I had.
Adam's one of my favorite characters.
Adam's the best.
Alex, do you
Adam's
scream?
the
Shut up.
best.
Yes!
Alex, the quietest girl here, screams, "Shut up!"
Hey, I'm just getting the statement here.
Please don't start with me, I swear to fucking God right now.
Oh my god. Girls will be like, Alex, calm down.
Claire's like, "Okay, that's a side that maybe you should hide."
What is with everyone? Why do they? What side of the bed?
Get a book and read the room.
Well, I don't even want to start with you, buddy.
Okay, you know what? Can Bell just go behind Adam and then just cover his mouth?
Yeah, I was about to-
I'm gonna go.
Cover his mouth.
No, Darian's gonna go mute him.
Yeah, no, I'll cover his mouth until you mute him.
Alright, so yeah, I just use.
Roll what you need to roll.
Do I even need to? He's a sitting
I don't-
duck.
Sure. I don't know how it works, so go ahead.
Yeah, he just uses some phase cancellation, some wave polarization.
Adam, you begin to talk. Nothing's coming out.
He's just gonna keep talking. I don't think he notices.
Alright, well, I'll make sure to apologize.
I'm
Now
just gonna go
let's
visit
get on
my
with the
dad.
class.
So, Oni, now that you have regained order,
Oni is going to let out a heavy sigh, and she'll just be like, I'm gonna keep what happened here in mind. And that being said,
Or
I
flash
believe
pulls
it's
her hand
time we moved out to the
I have a
Hollow
question.
Oh my.
Question.
What the fuck's a student council?
Oh god.
Oni freezes.
Freezes him.
Hey, Phoenix, do you know what a student council is?
Phoenix is not in the room. I made sure to let you know that at the beginning. You're doing this by yourself.
Oni's so used to having Phoenix in the room that she's like,
You'd think
Alright.
he's currently
I
at
doubt-
the Holodome waiting.
I doubt he would have known anyway.
Richard-
You want me to see what a
Richard
student
I
council
don't
is?
Richard would
hang on.
type.
Does any?
I
One at a
can.
time. One at
I
a
can
time.
go ahead and
Richter.
Richard would pipe up here. I believe it's just a group that set up rules and general setups for activities. Lots of book work.
Why the hell can't the teachers do that?
You
You're the ones
know,
being paid, you lazy bastard.
I don't know.
Oh
Oni's gonna mumble under her breath. Does it seem like we're qualified to do that?
No, I think
No.
you should all be
Seems like you can
fired.
trust him with that.
Stelly's gonna just look around and be like, I have never seen a class devolve so quickly in all my time.
I don't think
You know
game
what?
design devolved this quickly ever.
you know,
I've never seen a class before.
I think the inner city's the only worse place to try that. That's
A Holodome. Yes.
City?
Yes. Does anyone have any more questions?
Can we go to the Holodome now?
Yeah, I'm
That
with
is an
him.
excellent question.
You get a brownie point.
I like the way you think. Yes.
Oni, do you want to let them know on the special thing they get that they're going to be wearing, or do you want to let them know that at the Holodome?
Wait, I've
She's gonna look over her notes really quick. She's gonna be like, before you do that, go get changed.
Wait, I have a question.
Bell raises her hand and has a question.
Goddamn.
What
Yes.
clubs are there?
Oh.
Wait, what? What did he say?
What clubs are there?
I'm sure.
I don't know. You'll figure that out at club activity night.
Yo,
Oh my god. Question the episode.
Anyway, go get changed into your hero costumes. My god.
Or what?
So,
Those?
Your hero costumes, the ones that
during
you guys ordered.
your application process, you were all required to give a design of hero costume you would have liked to have. Those that didn't answer or were brought here by mysterious reasons, Richter and Roy, your costume was semi-chosen for you. Some of you already have suits, say Anthony, perhaps. So he probably just would have been like, I want to use this, take a picture of it, send it, the school would approve it, and then be good. So during the summer, during your applications, those who would have sent something or already had something, yeah, that stuff, you know how it is. You know how it is. You don't know how it is.
that turned so quick.
Oh my god.
So.
And, Odie, you have like a massive collection of boxes just stacked in the corner of the room that all have labels with their names on it.
Yeah, she gestures over to them and is like, find your name. Those are your costumes. You will be wearing them today.
Yeah. So, you're all gonna grab your costumes, your boxes, and you'll make your way to the Holodome. Now, you know that scene in Monsters Inc. where all the monsters are like walking forward, slow, playing?
Yeah.
That's basically what's happening with you guys. Your suits.
Right. Actually, wait, nothing's cooler than Monsters
So, as our little time skip happens, you guys are all showing up to the Holodome, and you all have your hero costumes. Congratulations. Oni, would you like to let them know how the teams are going to work? And all
Sure.
that stuff.
Yep. Oni is going to she is going to look over everyone and be like, all right, so to best simulate a rescue scenario, you all probably know by now, from if you were paying attention in class, you would know that
Uh-oh.
when you're out in the field, you don't necessarily get to choose who you work with. In addition, there typically isn't 20 heroes at any given disaster scenario. There were barely a dozen of us at the McKenna attacks, so it's unreasonable to have you all stick together as a class.
Oh, dear.
That being said, we've split you into 3 teams. You guys will have to get along as your team. That is the majority of what is being graded.
So, the teams are broken up into Team A, Team B, and Team C. Team A will be going first. Team A consists of Alex Albright, Darian Marcus, Mason Bell, Anthony Howell, Willow Hanover, Stelly Cosma, and Claire Buchez. Team B will constitute Richter, Yue Lakula, Adam Price, Roy Zeroth, Varessa Kingston, Kara, and everyone's favorite hype man, Rikito Dominic. Team C
Here's
will
Rikito.
make up the rest.
Here's Team B. Oh, let's go, man! Immediately starts chest bumping everyone he can. Like, yes!
I would attempt a Latin accent, man, but I can't keep it up.
The finger guns.
I just want you to know, Adam's still mute and he's still complaining about everybody.
Oh, I'm sorry.
No, keep it this way, please. I beg of you.
Alright. Gotcha. Yeah, you know, I can't just focus on him during this rescue mission, right?
Well,
Don't worry, he's
just
not.
wait until we're on the field and he's in a corner, then we'll be good.
Alright. Does Gavin catch on now that he hears what we're talking about?
That's a good question, Gavin.
I don't know who Gavin is.
Dude, who the hell
Oh
Gavin?
my god,
Adam,
Otherwise known as Streets.
Adam.
Dr. Price.
He's now pointing at Anthony. He's just complaining. He just keeps pointing, moving. his
It's
mouth,
like one of
complaining.
those silent films in the early 1800s.
This is starting to get hilarious.
I turn over and say, look, I know you're talking crap about me. Don't make me put an axe through you.
It's like-
I don't need to hear to know you're talking shit.
He's now
Yeah,
going
I
sign
don't really
language.
get
Like
it.
I know talk shit. I just saying, shut the fuck up.
So, Oni, would you like to explain the rules for rescue training for Team A?
Indeed.
I got it on
So-
the document, in case you were wondering.
Yep.
Hmm.
Alright, so Oni goes back to her notes, which she is now carrying on a clipboard. It seems to be just sort of a staple that she's always got some sort of script with her at all times, written by somebody else. And
Maybe
she
Marcus.
looks at it, most likely. She looks at it and she goes, so, here are the rules. You will be entering a disaster scenario. In this disaster scenario, there will be a target, somebody you have to save. We will be keeping track via remote surveillance how many times you are hit by the villains inside. If you hit 3 times, you're out. You will be asked to leave the Holodome. In addition, if the person you're rescuing gets hit 3 times, everyone fails.
I don't like this.
The enemies here will attempt to stop you, but keep in mind your goal is not to wipe the floor with all of them, but to simply just rescue the target.
Hmm.
And you see,
Seems similar to the stuff we've been over in class.
and And you see, as she kind of finishes talking, Phoenix finally shows up. However, he's in a very, very tight, very small pink dress, like a little schoolgirl's dress. He has a blonde wig on. He has a blonde wig on with pigtails.
Oh my
says,
god!
Why
I'm
couldn't we have
here
just
to
gotten a
be
mannequin?
rescued. Who's going to save my little life?
Okay, John,
You are
Just-
the worst
John,
drag queen ever.
John. Bell is going to subtly take out his phone and take a picture.
I'm gonna see
Oh
if
my
he notices.
God.
Richter just looks at his team. That this might have been a mistake.
Phoenix doesn't. So Phoenix doesn't process that you taking a picture is a bad thing. He instantly goes into pose mode.
Oh
and he starts
my God.
Before he realizes what's happening.
John.
Who said it was a bad thing, dude? I'm loving this. This is awesome.
John,
Okay, one at a time. Alex Albright.
Alex is gonna look over to Mason, see what he's doing, and be like, "Yeah, I should probably do this and just take a picture too
You take a picture.
I can see it.
for my own photography."
Odie, you didn't have to ask him to. He just showed up.
God.
So Odie's gonna look over at this and be like, "What? Where
I
did?"
feel it's better. I feel it's better to have a personal connection with. What better way than for them to rescue me? Let's say he rips the dress a bit. Oh dear.
Are you missing chromosomes?
I appreciate your dedication.
Rips the dress. Oh dear.
Darian, I think you were calling my name.
yeah,
What do you want,
so
big boy?
the moment he stepped in, Darian flips a switch on his headphones. What's up, guys? Dispassion here.
Oh no.
Here's my return.
Oh my god.
my
I've
God,
stayed
let's
silent
go.
for 2 weeks,
Oh,
but
Lord.
you know, I couldn't press this opportunity to see for yourself.
Exposed.
My face hurts. I'm smiling. Phoenix is it visible? You're recording him.
Yeah, I take my thumb up and be like, "You're live."
He says, "Oh, I'm live. Well, get a good look at me." He's like posing in front of something. He doesn't know where the camera.
Oni steps far out of frame.
Oni goes behind the building and just starts drinking. Just starts drinking hard.
Enough for this.
It's so good.
Not my problem anymore.
He leaves the Holodome. That was 3 hits. She left.
This takes
Anyway.
about a good 20 minutes. before he
Longer
gets
than it
finished.
should.
Longer than it should. Finally,
Alright.
it wraps up, and Oni's like, "We gotta continue."
Alright, so Oni is going to have everyone enter the Holodome, but as Team A enter the Holodome anyway. And
Team B and C are
she
going
pulls
to a viewing pavilion.
Oni heads with them and pulls out some technological device that the school has given her for surveillance purposes. She spends a hot minute trying to figure it out, but eventually she gets it, and it pops up multiple like security cam footage of like what's going on inside.
Mm-hmm.
So I have a request.
Darth Richter the Wise. What is it?
Kara, more accurately, would like to send in an insect with
What kind of insect?
just some dragonflies.
Off man.
How many?
It's just like 3 or so, 2 or 3.
Okay. They're gonna flutter, and they're going to go. This kind of
She actually, specifically for this, has control over them and
Oh?
can see through them.
That's busted, and I love it.
So she's going to have them stick with the party and get eyes for incoming events.
So they're gonna try and like rest on like the back of the legs of people,
They're
kind
not
of.
quite rested. They're like floating.
Oh, okay.
They're
Dude,
keeping
you
up.
just need to tune into this passionate stream.
Kara doesn't know what a stream is.
No,
You
she
mean the thing in
doesn't.
the swamp?
Yes.
I
No,
just
she
got
doesn't.
that. I just
No,
got that.
The only streams I watch are Shrek scaring. Right?
What are you doing in my swamp?
Quality content.
Oh yeah, man. Oh yeah. We are the kings of YouTube as it falls dash. Oh, I can't say that with a straight face. So let's continue. Team B and C. You guys are hanging out in the pavilion. Team A, which once more is Alex, Darian, Bell, Anthony, Willow, Stelly, and Claire.
Coca-Cola.
As you say goodbye to your fellow classmates, who will not
Last
be
time.
participating this round, only takes the rest of the class up to a viewing platform to get a good look at the field. As for the rest of you, Team A, you walk forward as the doors open up in front of you, right before the doors behind you. You're like in a little airlock system, like a little waiting room. Now, where am I in my notes? Oh yeah, you gotta hear over the loudspeaker saying, like 1 second, the stadium needs to build itself. Kind of like flipping a few switches.
Huh.
As she says this, the floor begins to shake under you guys as you watch the cement field inside the dome retract, and complicated pistons and machinery start pushing up large chunks of concrete to the surface. Little drones with thin red lasers cut chunks and create designs, and other little features to give it some shape and texture. They're like little artists. And finally, the structures are placed. Reacting to the change, on every single glass panel that makes up this dome, you see textures begin to project over themselves and other objects. It almost looks like origami folding into textures. It kind of looks like that, like a bunch of triangles and squares just kind of folding around. Before you know it, you have a decimated city in front of you. It's very similar to the one that you guys did in the entrance exam. However, you see a few more drones fly around, a few little pads here and there around the battlefield. Once they're all done, the pads erupt with a small waist level fire. And then built into the floor, you feel heaters begin to kick on, and they start to give a very warm atmosphere. You guys are already beginning to sweat a bit. And as the doors open up, you're greeted with the heat wave. Team A walks forward slowly, and you see a city that looks like it was hit by an earthquake that could have been caused by a villain. And you see that there is the rescue pavilion, where it's a yellow and black taped off area, and it clearly says, "Take victim here." So as long as you bring them there, it looks like you're going to win. Now, you're looking around for the victim, and you see a captured phoenix. He has rope tied around him. He's on his butt, and he's just kind of saying, oh dear, oh me. Isn't there anyone who can save little old me?
He's really getting into this.
And he screams.
Ryan makes it hurt.
You must have thought that one on the way over.
It's a very nasty joke.
Didn't expect to see Phoenix and Drag now, did you? So,
Nope.
I didn't even want to hear about it.
It'll happen to all of us eventually.
John, a new skin is added to the fighting game. Phoenix and Drag.
yes! They got it from this passionate stream. So, as he screams, a few drones that are not the little architects begin to walk forward. These look like the ones that were in the entrance exam, but they're more plentiful in number. You see a few of them holding... let me take a look. You see a few big ones with large fists, like pumping them together, readying to fight. You see one readying a baton, and letting it hang to the side. You see a little drone that has a paintball gun attached to it. You see another one with a big gun. It presses a button, and you see fire coming out of it. It has a flamethrower.
Oh god.
And then you see another model that's kind of with fist. And with that, they walk out of the fire like a still kind of clinging onto them before it dissipates. They ready themselves, the doors shut behind you, and Oni says, roll initiative. And with that, we're going to end it there.